This is the video version of the Division Z podcast, which is streamed live on Twitch every single Saturday at 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to watch the live version of this podcast, go ahead and follow me on Twitch. A link is in the description. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Division Z podcast. This is episode 2. My name is Jason.
Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. I am K Cosmic.
How is it going, K Cosmic, my guy? Today is episode 2 of the podcast. We got Sergeant in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day. The zombies community has been in a bit of a buzz recently. Leviathan. We're just going to jump right into it today, man. We have a lot, at least I have a lot to talk about Leviathan. Because I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's one of the best. Like, oh, what a great custom map. What an amazing custom map.
Absolutely.
No other words to describe it. It's just, I've never experienced a map that's felt more like a Treyarch map than this.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like this feels like it should be in a Treyarch game.
Exactly. Like, here's the thing. I feel as if Leviathan is one of those maps that it's better than, I would say, like almost half of Black Ops 4, which is crazy to think about. Like, Void of Despair, get the hell out of here. Dead of the Night, get the hell out of here. You know, Blood of the Dead, I like Blood of the Dead for certain things, but Leviathan all around I think might be a bit of a better gameplay experience than Blood of the Dead, you know? And it's really, really interesting to see how much work and detail went into this map.
To be honest, I think when making Leviathan originally, I think they more had gameplay in mind. Obviously, there's a cool story to it.
Yeah.
But I think they had player enjoyment in mind. While in future Treyarch games, I feel like they heavily relied on story.
That's a really good point.
Leviathan feels more like you're supposed to have fun on it, and like you can just moving around in it. You feel like you're having a good time. Like with Blood, I feel like it's just so like you just
yeah.
You know?
I mean, it can get a little bit stale, I guess, for lack of a better word. But I totally agree with that. The gameplay has to come first. Gameplay has to come first, or else nothing else is going to be great. You can't have a good story without a good gameplay in anything, not just zombies. You have to want to actually continue to play the game in order to actually learn things about the story.
Leviathan as well, I feel like it's just so refreshing compared to like other, like Black Ops 4 wasn't refreshing, but I think that well, for me at least it wasn't. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it was that, like, you know.
I can kind of understand that.
But Leviathan just seems like a breath of fresh air, even though it's like a remaster.
Yeah, it's really interesting too, because they have a lot of aspects from Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 1, where I feel like Leviathan's a good mix of the two. Black Ops 3, Black Ops 1. You got the majority of the Black Ops 1 guns, which I know we were talking about how great Leviathan is and all that, but some of the guns do feel really underpowered, like they do in Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 1 was really bad for that.
Like, I get it. It's a design choice for the weapons to be a little bit underpowered to make all the other wonder weapons feel that much more worth getting. But I don't know, man. To me, I don't want to grab a MP5K off the wall every single time and just have to rely on that. I want to hit the box, and I want to get something that's going to last me for the whole game. Now, don't get me wrong. You can pair pretty much any gun in Leviathan with one of the new perks, Vigor Rush, and you will do phenomenally.
What does the perk do?
So Vigor Rush, honestly, this perk should have been in Treyarch games. Like, this is a really, really good perk. So basically what Vigor Rush does is it's essentially double tap 3.0. It's you shoot and it does more damage, and you have explosive bullets too.
That's amazing.
And it's really freaking good, especially if you're aiming for the head. You know, I had an MP5K on round 29, 30 playing the other day, and I'm still killing to the head in like 2 shots with it. Pack-a-punched gun. Pack-a-punched SMG. It's that good of a perk.
How's with double tap as well?
Oh, it stacks with double tap, so it's even better.
So it's like you're just absolutely melting.
Absolutely. And while we're on the topic... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, you go ahead.
While we're on the topic of new perks, one of the other new perks in Leviathan is Reserve Cola, or Reserve Soda. I forgot which one it was. I think it's Reserve Soda. But Reserve Soda...
Cola, I'm pretty sure, wasn't it?
Cola?
No, it's not.
I don't know. But Reserve Cola is basically what Bandolier Bandit should have been. What Reserve Cola does is not only do you get extra ammo in your reserve, you get extra ammo in your magazine as well for your gun that you're shooting.
That's good.
Plus, the ammo it gives you is almost too much ammo. Like, I was using a Galil yesterday. It had like 800 in the reserve, and it wasn't even pack-a-punch.
That's amazing. That's
so
amazing.
It's like, that's what Bandolier Bandit should have been, not what it actually we got in Black Ops 4. So it's one of those things, too, that I just go, come on, man. Like, can this be in the game for real?
Yeah. But I would just like to say that I guessed the boss fight before it was found.
True. Yeah, you and I were talking about it. Yeah.
I said in like one of her first games, like I guess I didn't guess it, but I was like, how cool would it be if the Kraken from Call of Duty Ghosts was the boss fight?
I mean, it's still a guess.
Well, yeah.
I had a hunch.
And it was. And the fight looks really cool as well. I can't wait to like beat the Easter egg.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be sick. That's gonna be so sick.
It looks so cool.
Like, I think Monday stream, I do want to jump back on Leviathan and do a proper high round. And then we'll see what happens later in the week if I want to do an Easter egg stream, because I'm not the best Easter egg player. I like doing Easter eggs, but I'm not really the best Easter egg player.
I'm the same.
So I kind of not really turn off on Easter eggs, but I kind of avoid them. I mean, I don't know really what else to say. Like, I like Easter eggs, but I'm not good at them, so I don't do them as often. I don't know why that took me so long to say.
Here's my thing with them is like Easter eggs, they can be enjoyable, but I'd rather just go for high rounds.
I agree,
because I think Easter eggs nowadays, at least, it's like there's so much work. You have to like have 20 tabs open on your computer, and you have to be like do Morse code on the left and like reciting.
Fucking Blood of the Dead right. Morse code.
Yeah, exactly.
Morse code is an Easter egg step in the year 2020.
I think Easter eggs should involve actions on the map that actually revolve around what I mean? Okay, let's think. What was a map that was good for it?
Honestly, I think for as hard of a map as it is, I think Garad Krovi does it fairly decently. Yeah, I think Garad Krovi and Derize and Drac pair gameplay and Easter egg hunting pretty damn well. It
makes sense why you're doing it. Blood, I know why we're doing the thing in Blood, but at the same time, it's like,
well, because
actually no.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Because the thing in Blood of the Dead, it was like we were saying earlier in the day here. It's they put storyline first, and so they revolved all the Easter egg steps around the storyline instead of, okay, what's going to be a really fun Easter egg step for the players to do. So that's where Blood of the Dead falls short. Going back to Leviathan's Easter egg steps, granted, I don't know them all, but these Easter egg steps do really seem to revolve around the gameplay very, very well, actually.
Yeah.
So, there's this really cool escort step, which you have to escort Dr. Zav. I guess he's one of the scientists there. He got locked behind a door. And it's essentially like the Garad Krovi Mangler escort step, except unlike the Mangler, Dr. Zav doesn't inherently die. He just downs and you have to revive him. Which, that
get good.
That in itself is a better gameplay mechanic than most of the Easter eggs that we've had to do in previous Treyarch maps. Like the Mangler step in Garad Krovi, I don't think I've failed an Easter egg so many times besides the Mangler step on Garad Crovey, because I accidentally kill the dude every single time.
I hate escort like steps. I think they're so
Yeah.
annoying.
But here's the thing, like,
stop.
yeah.
Unless like the only way I can see around like a step like that being good is if they have infinite health and they can't die. You're just walking with them so that they walk.
Yeah, that's essentially what the doctor is. He I mean, he goes down, but he doesn't die. He doesn't explode or like whatever when he gets hit by zombies. You know, you can actually continue the escort after he goes down.
But can he bleed out?
That we don't know yet, but at least you have the opportunity to revive the guy, and you have another chance to continue the step if he does end up bleeding out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, the good gameplay with the Easter egg from what I've seen so far, I'd have to jump in and play it myself, because it's one thing talking about it, and then it's another thing playing it. You know? So I think I'll have a better opinion on it when I actually jump in and try the Easter egg out on Leviathan. But, you know, going back on the gameplay a little bit, the wonder weapons on Leviathan are fantastic. You have a water staff as your specialist weapon. The water staff. Like, if I didn't know any better, you know, I would think something like that would be in Origins. Like, if you put that in Origins, it would fit the map because of how well it fits. Because, you know, the staves and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, yeah, I think overall... Also, the Harpoon Gun. The Harpoon Gun's basically another Thunder Gun. And, you know, when you upgrade it and then you get the crystal via the Easter egg... Actually, the Dr. Zav escort mission is how you get the crystal to upgrade your Harpoon Gun into the crystallized Harpoon Gun. And it creates that electric trap where you can shoot one wall and then you shoot the other one and it makes like a tripwire. But
what a unique wonder weapon.
It's very unique, actually. You know, it's honestly kind of surprising. Treyarch didn't think of anything like that before, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think Treyarch, it's time to listen to the community a little bit more. I think you all need to take some notes. I think they did a great job.
I think you hire the guy that made the map.
Yeah.
I think you pay him a good wage, a really good wage, and I think you hit home runs from now on.
Dude, it was a team of 3. You got Jaybird, you got Awesome Pyman, and there was one other dude. I forgot your name. I'm sorry, person. But
here's the thing I'll say as well is I know that Treyarch had their like rough times in that for zombies, right?
Yeah.
But how is it that 3 people that don't do this as like a main job can make a map like that? That's so good.
I'm glad you said something.
That Treyarch struggles to, you know, release new maps. Like not remasters. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Tagged or Toten and Classified.
Yeah, those
how is it these people? How is it that these 3 people can make an amazing map with a good Easter egg and things that all like zombie players kind of want, but Treyarch can't really seem to do that? And
I think,
you know,
I'm glad you brought that up. Before the stream started today, I saw a comment on Twitter by It's Perka, and he tweeted out basically, you know, all the people complaining about Black Ops. Here, I'm gonna pull it up actually real quick because it's actually a really good tweet. Let me find his tweet real quick. Okay, his tweet says, "Okay, I get people just want to shit on Black Ops 4, but let me remind you that the game is made by developers who need to compete or who need to complete stuff by a deadline. Usually that time is short. Custom maps are made with no time constraints and allow for more time and effort to be put into them." So I think that's a really good point that he made, that, you know, Leviathan remastered for Black Ops 3 could totally have been in development from you know, however many years ago, right? And they've always wanted to do it. And, you know, they actually had enough time to polish it and do what they needed to do. And, of course, we all know the story, what happened with Black Ops 4, that the time constraints and allocating some assets over to Blackout instead. You know, Black Ops 4, zombies at least, I don't want to say doomed to fail from the start, but it was, it definitely had a bit of a hindrance to it, and it showed on launch.
I do like that tweet, and I think a way to look at it as well is Treyarch could have made one of the best maps ever for Black Ops 4 if they didn't make 4 maps at launch.
I mean, I think it still would have been cool to have 4 maps at launch because it was something that they haven't done yet before, and I think it could have been better if everything was stable. If everything was stable, and if we had factions.
Yeah, still waiting on them. But I'm sure they'll get here soon.
I mean, any day now.
Any day. That's the update they're gonna do.
That's the next. That's the update. Actually, hang on a second. I gotta interject real quick. Okay, I have a screenshot. Speaking of update, right? Mm-hmm. I pulled it up on screen right now. It's kind of covering the chat, so I'm sorry if you guys comment something. I won't see it. Well, I will, but never mind. Anyways, Treyarch put up a tweet today. I had to screenshot it and share with the podcast. Black Ops 4 scheduled maintenance is planned for 2 to 2:30 a.m. Pacific time, and then 10 to 3:30 a.m. BST on Monday, June 1st. Thanks in advance for your patience during this brief downtime period. So, speaking of updates and stuff, what do we okay, I'm going to put on my tinfoil hats, and I'm going to get all conspiracy again because I'm just too excited for COD 2020. Do we think this maintenance is going to add any kind of maybe potential in-game teaser for COD 2020?
Factions.
Or factions. Factions. Listen, 2 years late,
they've been
guys.
teasing it for so long. They've said it's coming. So I think this is going to be the one where they update it.
Dude.
And, we're going to get factions, and then everyone's going to come play BO4 again because that's what's going to make the game good. Because everyone says that everyone needs to get factions in. So once factions in, everyone will play BO4, and they won't make a Black Ops 5. We'll just play BO4 for the next 5 years.
Black Ops 5.
And then, yeah, Black Ops 4 will be the main zombies game forever, and then we'll 5, and we'll come to it. And yeah.
Could you imagine? It's like, yeah, we're not going to make COD 2020 this year. We're just going to put all our eggs in one basket on Black Ops 4 and just continue with that.
Everyone really seems to like that game, so let's keep updating it.
Here's the thing, right? I think the whole putting updates and, in a way, putting your eggs in one basket could have potentially worked for Black Ops 3. Because a lot of people
would have worked because the engine, the engine in that worked well. Like, if they updated Black Ops 3 for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
People would have loved that. But
I think
the problem is at the end of the day, they are like, one of them studios that have to make a game every few years, so they can't really make.
I mean, it happens. You know what I mean? I mean, every year they try to figure out a way to reinvent the wheel. Yeah. And it happens sometimes. That they strike gold on certain things, and other things they don't. It was kind of back when Black Ops 3 was kind of dying. I remember Mr. T. Lexify made a video about the zombies community and how, you can't keep a particular game alive for long enough without the developers updating the game and making the game better. Yeah. It kind of goes back to the whole argument of, oh, well, this content creator over here needs to make more content for the community in order to save it. Oh, this content creator needs to do more for the community to save the community. Content creators can't do anything if they don't like it, number one. And number two, the game isn't updated and nothing new happens. That's why Leviathan was such a huge thing for the zombies community recently because it's the best zombies news update whatever thing that we've had in a long, long time. We've been kept in the dark by Treyarch.
To be honest, when did the tag come out? Like 7 months ago?
September, man.
This is like the first new zombies thing we've gotten in that time.
That's crazy.
In general, even news-wise, because there's not really any news coming out, like official news.
Yeah.
It's just something new for us to do and play, and
right.
I'm glad it came out. I'm really glad that this has come out because I think this puts more light onto how good custom maps can be.
For sure, dude. Custom maps are the future.
And even if Black Ops 5 fails, Which I hope it doesn't. I don't think it will.
I think we'll be fine.
They'll do well. Yeah, but if it does, there's always Black Ops 3 to go back to. Because that game can have infinite updates in a way because of
custom zombies. Exactly.
Yeah.
Custom zombies, for the most part, could potentially be the future of the zombies community. Let's just say hypothetically Black Ops 5 doesn't do as well as we wanted it to. Yeah, people can just remake the maps. I want to see somebody out there remake 9 and Voyage and all that on Black Ops 3 custom zombies and just see what happens. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that'd be so cool.
I think that'd be really cool.
I would like, to be honest, I would like Voyage to be remastered in Black Ops 3.
I would want that too, just to see how it would differ.
I just think that if it was on Black Ops 3, the game would be better. Like it would play better because the zombies aren't so aggressive, and you can actually run past them.
Yeah, you can actually train.
So I think it would play a lot better on that.
It's one of those.
I think it'd be like a Shangri-La, if you know what I mean. Like it'd be like a sort of Shangri-La.
Yeah.
Where things are tight.
I see that. You know what's really interesting to me though? Black Ops 4 is simultaneously difficult, but can be really easy.
Yeah.
It's so weird because the zombies are so aggressive at certain points, and that's the thing. The zombies are so inconsistent in Black Ops 4, it drives you up a wall.
Yeah.
One game you'll be absolutely fine on Voyage of Despair or whatever, and then the next game you're gonna die on like round 2 because the map is just not great. It's probably the worst map, to be honest, out of the Treyarch maps. Either that one or Dead of the Night, honestly, I think is probably the 2 worst out of the Treyarch maps.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion.
Yeah. I'll tell you how you get to high rounds. What you do is you get your 4 perks, which will be, let's see, Bandolier Bandit, we have Dying Wish, we have Winter's Wail, and then we have the Strong... did I say PhD?
You did not say PhD.
Okay, PhD. Then you get your Helium Salvo on, you pack punch it all the way. Before you go into the game as well, you want to get the Death Machine, so then you can get the grenade launcher thing.
Death Machine on Voyage?
No, not Voyage. No, we're not playing Voyage. We're playing Ether. We're playing Ether. Ether. Okay.
Ether only.
And what you do next is you just camp in the corner for 100 rounds.
That's the thing, man. It's so broken. I mean,
it's so easy, but then when you want to play the game how the game should be played, it's hard.
It's so broken to me. Like, you can camp on a ledge in Tagged or Toten and Alpha Omega with the ballistic knife, with Ethereal Razor and Electric Burst, and you can get to round 100. You can camp in the corner with the Helion Salvo with PhD. The game is fucking broken. The balancing in the maps are just not there.
Square be like, oh, we just want to balance the game. We want to balance the game.
Right?
Make it so that zombie players can't,
They nerfed guns like the fucking Mog. And okay, you have less ammo on the Mog, and the Mog has less ammo. Wait, did I just say the same thing twice? The Mog has less ammo and then does less damage. Why would you do that and then not even address that the Helion Salvo is literally better than most of the wonder weapons in your game? Like, actually.
I think a lot of things they've said is I don't know if they intended the game to be played that way, because I don't think
they did either.
No one's really camped in a corner of a rocket launcher before for for like 100 rounds. Actually, that's my chat. But I just don't think they knew what they were doing.
It's so sad to me, man, because then but then on the flip side of the coin, right? I've said this before. Why do you need to balance zombies? There's that argument as well. Just get on the game and have some fun. Who the fuck cares if something's overpowered or not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Before you go on, I'm just going to say to Ashley real quickly, because she's in the chat. Ashley, what game do you prefer? Do you prefer Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4?
That's a good question.
And we're going to wait for her response, and then we're going to go into another point, I think, which is really important once she responds. But yeah, I just don't think they knew what they were doing with balance. They knew what they were doing, but they just didn't do it the right way.
Yeah, because you can't say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna balance the game," and then not address the probably best weapon in Call of Duty Zombies history that is just insanely broken. Unless that's what they originally intended to do in the first place. Okay, the XM53 in Black Ops 3 was really bad, and we want a good rocket launcher for the next game. Something like that.
Which is perfectly fine. You can have a good rocket launcher. Mm-hmm. The game was balanced before when PhD didn't like give you no damage when you use like a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Look at it that way. Like you could down from it still.
Yeah.
So that in that sense they did at start balance it right, and then people wanted it to be. I don't know if there was such a huge outcry for it to be normal PhD, but.
Well, no, because people just wanted the explosive damage.
Yeah.
Or they wanted the explosive damage resistance. Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah. But if you think about it, originally they did make it in a way where the Helion Salvo would still be good, but it wouldn't be overpowered because it could still down you.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, the splash damage on the Helion is not as bad as previous weapons from previous games, too. So it's like... It's another wonder weapon at that point. The ray gun gives you splash damage, but
the ray gun, the ray gun's awful.
Well, here's the thing though. I have to interject. Playing Alpha Omega last week, I got the ray gun out of the box, and someone in my chat is like, "Yo, ray gun, normal ray gun, one hits to the head past round 50." I'm like, "Fuck that. No, it doesn't."
Really?
I did it, and it does.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. My mind was actually blown that it was Unpack-a-Punch too, by the way. One hit to the head. It makes the zombie headless, which I don't like, but it's still a one hit.
Slap you. Yeah.
And I was so shocked, and I was thinking to myself, well, shit. I put the ray gun on my top 5 worst wonder weapons list for Black Ops 4 Zombies. Was I totally fucking wrong about this?
In a way, it insta kills forever. But saying that. Not, what I mean? You can get one shot with it, but it's still so impractical compared to other stuff.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
You can't trade in Black Ops 4.
Yeah, the thing that exactly, because like I said, I was thinking about, oh my god, did I fuck up? Did I put it on my list when it was actually god tier? But then I thought about, well, wait a minute, why should I have to aim for the head when using a wonder weapon? Actually, why should I have to aim for the head using a wonder weapon? I should be able to kill a bunch of zombies at the same time with one shot or 2 shots or whatever the weapon design is going to be, and just leave it at that, honestly. That's the whole point of a wonder weapon. I don't have to aim for the head on the lightning bow in Horizon Drac. I don't have to aim for the head with the acid gat on Mob of the Dead.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, I think it still deserves to be on the worst list just because there's so many better things.
Yeah, no, I get. Here's what I'll say, right? You could say that the jet gun's the best wonder weapon ever because it kills fire and it has infinite ammo, but it's not because of the main flaw that you have to put it away every 5 minutes, or not 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly the same argument. Seconds. I agree.
So you could say that, and that's one of the worst wonder weapons.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting. Wonder weapons in the game are very, very interesting at times. That's I think because Leviathan's like the new hot thing right now. I'm gonna go back to Leviathan a little bit.
Yeah.
The L2, I forgot the actual name of the Harpoon Gun. I'm just gonna call it the Harpoon Gun.
They call it Harpoon Gun.
The Harpoon Gun is really good. It's one of those wonder weapons that it's really powerful, but it does have a balancing aspect to it, to where it's like a thunder gun, but it doesn't kill the whole horde. You just kill the first couple of guys that are in front of you. Yeah. So with the Harpoon Gun on Leviathan, you will get the zombies out of your way and you'll be able to escape, but you do have to rely on your skills and your other equipment and weaponry to actually deal some serious damage, which I think that's a really good balancing tool.
Yeah.
And especially with the boss fight on Leviathan, I've got the Harpoon Gun, I've got the Wave Gun, I've got the Ray Gun. Bullet guns affect the boss on Leviathan way better than the Wave Gun or the Harpoon Gun or Poseidon's Wrath. It's one of those interesting things where actually I think the Ray Gun Mark II does decent damage, but
the Ray Gun Mark II will, just because it's such a
it's like a hybrid between an actual bullet weapon because it shoots, I guess, bullet rays, but the Wave Gun doesn't do much against the Leviathan boss. So I don't know, it's a really interesting balance that Jaybird and the rest of his modding team did for Leviathan.
It's like the Apothicon Servant does absolutely nothing to the Margwa.
Right. Yeah.
It just kind of like
that's the good balance.
It might like lure it in or something, but it doesn't do anything.
Right. And I think that's a perfect way to balance that weapon, because the Apothicon Servant, I still personally think is the best wonder weapon in zombies.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But I think that's still the perfect way to balance it, because you can use your Haymaker or your Dingo or whatever, like one of the good guns in Black Ops 3, to take it out. Because there are actual viable options in that game, and you don't have to quadruple pack a punch and waste your points, and you actually have double tap in Black Ops 3, unlike Black Ops 4. So, you know, kind of ripping into Black Ops 4 a little bit there for no double tap, but you know, guns in Black Ops 3 are more powerful in Black Ops 4, which was really interesting to see that Jaybird and his staff put the Black Ops 1 gun system into Leviathan to make them a little underpowered. You know, but I found an actually really good strategy on Leviathan. Like I said earlier in the stream, if you get Vigor Rush, and any gun, could be the MP5 or whatever, you will continue to kill very efficiently. There's a really good training area next to one of the MP5 wall buys.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe the area, because just kind of
is it inside? No,
it's not inside. It's like this pathway, this really wide open pathway. There's a trap there. It's like underneath some of the facility walkways. But anyways, it's this really wide open area. If you have the MP5K, because there's a wall up in there, you pack a bunch of MP5K, you have Vigor Rush, you have your Harpoon Gun, high rounds easy there. That's how I was climbing the rounds yesterday on Leviathan. I was like, oh shit. You know, I want to try this again. You know, unfortunately, I died yesterday and I ran out of time to stream, but I think that's a really good high round strat, and I want to try it again on Monday, you know, assuming that Leviathan doesn't kick my ass, because it's a hard map. But once you get everything set up, it's so freaking fun to play.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, it can be like Shadows of Evil. Shadows of Evil, where you don't have everything.
I like that comparison.
It's like hard. It's hard because you don't have everything, but once you eventually get everything, it can be a challenge, but it's easier because. I mean, the Apothicon Servant, I guess, is like really overpowered. So I guess it's in a way you can compare them, but you can't, because
I would like to compare them, because the Poseidon's Wrath is
like the sword.
And then you have the Harpoon Gun, which is like the map's Apothicon Servant.
Yeah.
You know, I'd also like to compare it to Gorod Krovi, where Gorod Krovi, I think by itself, you don't get the Dragon Gauntlet, you don't get the shield, you don't get the Mark III. Gorod can be a difficult map, you know?
Yeah.
But that didn't stop Gorod Krovi from being a really good map, because it is. So I think, I like your Shadows of Evil comparison. I think it compares to Shadows of Evil, Gorod Krovi, and the majority of Black Ops 1, which makes Leviathan that much more of an interesting and unique experience. Yeah.
I will say, though, I do feel bad for people on console.
I do too, man. It's...
I wish they could play it.
I mean, I made a video a long time ago, back in September, actually, right before Tagged or Toten released, why the custom map scene needs to come to consoles. And the argument that I made was basically Skyrim has the mod menu and the creator club, where you can add quests and you can add weapons and armor and things like that into your game to make your game fresh and exciting. You can you still have, and here's what it would be, of course. You would still have to mod and create the maps by yourself in the software on a PC. That's no brainer. But you can still publish it on a store or a queue or whatever it is.
Yeah, like
Skyrim does. Skyrim does on the mod menu for consoles. You know, I love playing Skyrim with mods. You know, retextured armor, retextured landscapes, and things like that.
Yeah.
I just don't see why they don't do that. I don't think it would be too hard, to be honest with you. But what do I know? I'm not a game developer. I don't want to speak for game developers. But like this is my feedback. If y'all are doing Black Ops 5 and you want to bring a creator studio and a custom map scene into Black Ops 5 like you did Black Ops 3, Do it for everybody. Like get the community, the entire community involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could make a. Did you ever play any of the Far Cry games?
I did. I loved Far Cry 3.
Well, did you ever play Far Cry 5?
I did.
You know how that has like its own custom like you can make things on the console version.
I never did that actually.
You can make game modes in that. They could just add like a bunch of well, let's say
I see what you mean.
For Black Ops 5, all the maps that are on the game, they could add all the assets to like a thing where you can like add stuff in that. So if you wanted to, you could easily make a one window challenge.
Yeah,
Easy.
Absolutely.
You can make like a Stairways to Heaven thing. You can make like if all you need is like stairs.
Yeah, I mean that it's like Forge mode in Halo.
Yeah.
Do that. Like you can. It might be at its like basic level, right? On console, like the most basic maps. You have the Forge mode pieces that the circle ground piece and the like rectangle ceiling or whatever the pieces are. It might be the most basic form of something, but it's still, you can still publish it. So many people have made so many good things out of it. I don't know if you've watched Achievement Hunter, but Achievement Hunter, back in the day, they had Achievement Horse, and that was all because of a Halo Forge mode, and people could make maps for them to play horse on, and that's such a cool way to get the community involved, and it gets the game exposed out there more, and you make more people want to play it, and I don't know, man. That's just something simple like a Forge mode for zombies would be freaking amazing, actually.
Yeah. I think as well is something I want in Black Ops 5. This is completely off topic, but I think it's about, I don't know about the majority of people, but I think it's about time they do like an open world game.
That would be interesting.
I think just like a giant, world where there's zombies and you have to scavenge stuff, and you have to make your base and things like that. Because the mechanics work so well in previous games that if they could get that to work on a larger scale, that it could be like it could be really good.
I could see it working out better than games like H1Z1 and things like that, because it's a Call of Duty game. You would think they would have better assets and better things to work with. I could see it working out as its own game mode, though. I don't think that would be the core zombies experience.
Oh yeah, no. The core zombies experience would be like,
it would still be map to map, that kind of fun. But the side experience, which could very well turn into a new core experience, because we've seen how big games like H1Z1 have been, even though it's not as big as Fortnite or other games like that, it still has a following to it.
Yeah, I really want to get into it, but it's quite expensive.
I bet.
For me, it's like I think it's like 30, 35 or something like that, and I want to play it, but I've just heard that like the developers don't really try the game anymore, or I think they do, but I just don't think the people really
that's a yikes.
See that. Yeah, but I think what could happen is they could have their open world zombie experience that they update often, but not sacrificing the main zombie mode, right? And then once the season of zombies is finished, they could maybe focus more on the open world zombies.
Yeah, I agree.
Where like there's more, they can update it, add new things. They could bring like perks and that into it, and they'd last like a limited time. Like you could scavenge like fridges and things like that.
That would be really interesting.
And like so if you're gonna go find a boss on the map or something, like there might be like a Blightfather just walking about. Because remember when that was in Blackout? Do you remember that?
I do remember the Blightfather event.
And they did do really more of that, which I was really surprised with. They did do more of them things. I thought they were gonna like do like a bunch of boss things on the map.
Exactly.
They didn't do it. But they could have that.
Yeah. Like, could you imagine?
And then you could kill it to get rewards, and then take that back, and you fight other players. Like you're fighting the zombies, but you're also fighting other players, and you can like group up with people. And
I agree.
I think something that would be really good for it. I think it's really hard for games to like process, but what is it? You get closer proximity chat. That's it.
Oh yeah, that could be really interesting.
because then maybe you're playing with your friends and that. Maybe you're in like a party thing,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
then when you see other players, you have to go up to them and talk to them. So you can like be like, okay, well, we're not going to shoot you. You just keep moving on, or you could be like with your whole team. Okay, take them out.
It's one of those things too where you go. What was I gonna say? Like a lot of people would just grief on proximity chat, which honestly, I think it would be a small price to pay for a completely new zombies open world type of experience, like you're saying. Because the only issue that I can see with the open world idea is the how GTA Online is, right? Where GTA Online, you're doing a mission for something and you get blown up, or you're just walking down the street casually and you just get shot by another player. I think if there were to be an open world aspect to zombies, I would think, to me personally, I think a more Fallout type of approach could be really good. You can construct your own base in Fallout. You can add new things. Like you were talking about, you get stuff from fridges. You can build the perk machines in your base so that all the people who are surviving in your shelter or whatever can have Juggernog or Speed Cola or something.
Another thing as well is like you could like make your own like community and get people together. I don't know how much the game could handle. Like if you could handle like 100 players, which would be amazing.
That would be great.
Walking about that.
You
could have like 20 players in your community, like your group, and you could be like the dominant like team of people on that like server.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But then if if other people got together and like, okay, we don't like these people, let's the 80 of us get together and try and take over their base.
Okay,
it'd be high risk, high reward.
Here's what I got. I have an idea about that. Here's what it would be. I have two ideas. Number one, the idea of taking over territory, doing whatever, right?
Yeah.
Make it not an LTM, but a in-game limited time event.
Oh yeah, like where 1 hour a day you can raid bases.
Where like people are chilling, everyone's going, and then boom, an alarm goes off, and it's like for the next for the next 10 minutes, you guys can kill each other and take territory, or like in Rush, where you have to defend a checkpoint. Defend this checkpoint to own this territory. You can shoot other teams, and the last team in the checkpoint has this territory now.
Yeah. To be honest, actually thinking about it, I don't know how I feel about people losing their their bases.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a thing.
I think maybe what you can do is you can raid the bases and all that and take all their stuff, and then once the timer's gone, you start taking damage and you're in their base and you have to get out.
That would be nice. I mean, I think you don't completely destroy it. I think it would be one of those things where you don't have to buy a new one. You pay like half price to repair like your Speed Cola machine or something, right?
I think to be honest, what you do is your base when it's always raided. I think you have to maintain your base by getting materials and that. So like it wouldn't be that expensive, but if you wanted your base to be on top, you'd have to maintain it and look after it.
For sure.
So like if things happen where like there's breaches, people could sneak in. Whilst you're all busy in that, but if you're sneaking in, right? Like being all stealthy in that, take a bunch of stuff and then leave without being noticed, and then you've noticed like your stuff been taken, and there's like a whole breach.
I think it'd be really interesting to raid other people's bases for wonder weapon blueprints.
Oh yeah.
Now this idea would be, you have to sneak through the base undetected and get to the person's vault, and in this vault, players can store valuable things, and one of the valuable things are wonder weapon blueprints that because you have the blueprint, your base can have it. So for example, I have the Ray Gun Mark II blueprint, I can have the Ray Gun Mark II in my base, and I can defend my base with the Ray Gun Mark II. If someone steals the blueprint for it, I don't think you get your Ray Gun Mark II taken away, but I think that person gets it for their base now.
Now they can make it.
Right. And so it'd be like this huge thing where you have to update your security in your bunker. And how else would you do that? Civil protector upgrades.
I think what would be cool is, let's say you're in the vault bit and you're like, it's like a safe, like a bank. You know what? You have to like thing into it. You have to like kind of hack into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, as annoying as they are, do you know what quick time events are? Where you have to press a button. You have to do them.
I don't mind quick time events.
Well, I mean, sometimes I can. Like, I mind them. Like, until dawn. Like, you know, when one of my characters die, and I'm like, I have to restart the whole game.
I can understand that.
What would happen is you get like 3 chances not to like fail a quick time event. Let's say there's 10 quick time events. You're hacking, and when 3 goes off, an alarm goes off in the base, and that's when people know they're being raided. And then it's up to you and your team to like, okay, we can either try and leave or.
And then that would be the point where you could kill that person in your base.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, you know, I think if you're outside someone's base, there should be no friendly fire, or not friendly fire, but like player fire. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, ultimately you're playing a zombies game. The real enemies are the zombies.
Yeah.
It's only if someone tries to raid your base. The moment another person that's not a part of your team or your faction or whatever steps foot in your base, the barrier goes down and they are allowed to be shot at.
Or here's what you could do. There could be like, you know, the film Purge, where like they have like a day for killing and that.
Yeah.
Through the week, you could have like a kind of
Purge
peaceful
day
mode where like everything's fine, and then on the Purge day, it'd be absolute chaos.
That'd
like,
be crazy.
You could kill everything. You could raid bases. The bases couldn't be taken over, maybe, because I think if that was a thing, like there should be something you can go back.
Crazy. That would be actually really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, here's the thing: what would the bases, you know, inherently? Here, what am I trying to say here? You can build your own base, but I think at the same time, kind of like what Blackout and all the other maps are doing for like the Battle Royale, you combine a bunch of the different previous maps together. So like, there's a quick time event going on at the Horizon Track right now. You know, everyone go quickly, and then whoever wins the quick time event gets the blueprints for the wolf bow. And it's like, that makes people want to, you know, do that so they can get wonder weapons to better defend their base and better to kill the zombies, you know, as it goes on.
And it could be a thing as well where you have vehicles that can help, but they require a lot of fuel. Like, you have to go out and get like, so you know, if your vehicle runs out of fuel halfway back, you know, if someone else has fuel, like they could just take your vehicle.
Yeah.
And then you've lost it.
For sure.
It could, like,
or have like a garage system in GTA, right?
Oh yeah.
Where the vehicle gets destroyed, and you know, it just goes back to your garage, or it goes back to a facility of some kind, like the bunker or a hangar or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, you could totally make an open world game. I think that's a great idea. I think Treyarch should do that. Yeah, like 100%.
If I worked there, I would make sure of that. Obviously, I could make sure.
Get him
hired. I would
hired.
love to see something. Yeah, I would love to see something like that.
We gotta get these ideas implemented.
I'm like, it'd be this whole big thing, like, you know, like,
it'd be kind of crazy.
You coming, like, you know, you're like playing your friends in that. You might not play the game so much for the week, but you're like, hey, it's Purge Day tomorrow. You coming on? Yeah. And then you like just go out on the slaughter, like getting all the loot and that, and like I said, it's high risk, high reward, because another team can just absolutely like destroy you and then take all your stuff.
Purge Day. It's an interesting concept. I mean, yeah, I think an open world would work good. You know, of course, the server would have to be very, very stable, and that would cost a lot of money to do. I think. Yeah, what's up?
I think make the main threat the zombies still. So like, you know how like the 6-day period, it's only the zombies that are the real threat. They have their time, but then you have a bit of PvP like throughout it.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, it would have to be stable. It would have to, you know, I don't know how like the servers would work with it. I don't know what they could do. I think since it would have to be something you'd have to play online, maybe you could play with friends. That'd be good.
Yeah.
You could play.
Oh, of course you could play with friends.
You could have like. Well, no, it'd be like you could have. We wouldn't have to go on an online game of it. You could play offline and have
like private matches
world.
like GTA.
Yeah, but you could have like your saved world.
Yeah.
You and your friends could go back on it, like kind of like Minecraft.
Yeah, I like that.
You and your friends could go back on it, and
I think that's what kind of goes back to the idea of the whole Fallout thing, where it's like, you know, you don't even need PvP, but PvP could be really interesting if done right to, you know, prevent people from being dicks. You know, especially in a zombies game. You know what I mean? I feel as if there would be a lot of unnecessary griefing in a game mode that, you know, the argument would be, oh my gosh, you know, the zombies are the main enemies. Why are these players coming after us? I'm just trying to play zombies.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the one argument I can see that is against the whole open lobby battle royale-ish kind of thing.
The thing you're getting for is that the 6 days it is just zombies, and then that's one
right.
day.
No, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. But I can understand why people would be like, you know, oh, zombies. Well, you can go play normal zombies. This is a new experience that they would try, and I think people really like it. And I think also as well with it is, you can make the zombies threats in other ways. Like let's say you're walking about doing stuff, right? And then like I'm getting this from Dying Light. You know, have you ever played Dying Light?
I did not actually.
Okay, well there's events in Dying Light where there's someone near you being attacked by zombies, and like the radio will be like they're being attacked, go help them. And you go help them, you get a reward. And I don't know if you don't do it. I don't think you should get punished, but I think the reward should be good enough for you to go over, so you could get like $dollars or something.
Absolutely.
Go, like, you know, I think definitely on Purge days, I think there should be like areas that are peaceful, like where nothing can go on.
Right. You know, you have the.
Like, if you went to a shop.
Oh, for sure, shop should be safe. You know,
that shop would be safe, and like 100 meters, like in all directions, should be safe with it as well.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. You know, for the people who just want to kind of chill.
You won't just walk out and get sniped.
Yeah. For the people who just want to kind of chill and wait it out. Yeah. I think the thing is, too, you know, I'm just thinking about this now with the whole raiding a base thing. What it would have to be, it would have to be similar to GTA Online apartments, where there's one area or whatever, there's a location for an apartment in GTA. And, you know, it's the same address, same everything, but multiple people live there because multiple people buy it at different times. So it's like, you know, you can't prevent that from happening. What it would be, though, for the bunkers or bases or whatever in Zombies Online or whatever it would be called, it would be, you know, the layout would be different, though. Like, you walk into a room for when you're first starting out and it's completely empty. And then it's totally up to you how you want to expand your base. Go up, go down, go left, go right. You know, how do you want to expand your base? That way all the bases are different, where it's not like GTA and all the apartments are all the same and you know where you're going, and then you get to kill people because you know where they already are. So in that way it would have to be a unique base. Same location, because I just don't think having bases in, you know, putting your base willy-nilly could cause problems, right? Because one player can put their base somewhere, and then another person joins the game. They have their base in the exact same spot, and then everything glitches out, and the bases are clipping through each other, or the game crashes or something. So it'd have to be an apartment system like in GTA that, you know, same location for an apartment, but the only difference between GTA and apartments and zombies bases would be they have to be different layouts, because if they're not different layouts, then it's easy to, I know where the safe is in this base. You know, players will have to lay it out themselves and put the safe themselves and where they want to store their stuff. You know, whatever would be the case in a game mode like this. You know, but that's my take on that.
I think what would also be cool is I don't know how they implement it, but you know, it'd be more the Purge Day, right? You could use zombies as a weapon.
Yeah, like grief.
You could like lure them over, and then once things are going, when they come out of their base or whatever, and then they're dealing with zombies. You have a bunch of snipers at the back, like, doing that as well. So they're just completely like.
I agree with that, man.
I just think it'd be cool. I hope there's something like that one day.
I think you could totally do a grief system too. Where like on Purge Day, you have the zombie meat. Each team has one piece of zombie meat they can use. If you really want to, screw with people, and then you throw the zombie meat, all the zombies go to them. Oh gosh, chaos, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, that's
Mom, shut her up.
Rip dog.
I know.
Yeah, I don't blame you though.
She's the thing is, right, with my dog is she always barks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she'll go out and then she'll turn back. she's just what's it? She's the best, but she just barks constantly.
Dude, I dogs barking constantly. Like my neighbors' dogs are they're the worst dogs, I swear, dude. Like they bark at the air. What's out there? What's out there? Oh, look, nothing.
They see a postman. They just
they don't even see the mailman or anything. They just go, "Oh my God, wind!" Oh.
Yeah. Like it's I don't know. We're talking about dogs now because my dog decided to.
It's a podcast. You talk about random shit on a podcast sometimes.
Yeah, nah, but she just barks constantly. So that's like, after a bit, like I heard her barking earlier. I was like, okay, I'll let it slide. And now she's like,
Oof,
like
barking up a storm.
Woof.
Just constant.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. But yeah, I definitely like that idea of the open world, concept of zombies. It would be its own side game mode. I think that would be a great way for Treyarch to focus a lot on the zombies community for Black Ops 5 or Black Ops Cold War. If they were to do something like that, I don't know. But Black Ops Cold War definitely has to be a slam dunk, or I don't know, man. It's. We'll just see what happens. I mean, but it's the bottom line, right? We'll see what happens. A lot of people are already pessimistic about the game because of how Black Ops 4 did, and their opinion on Black Ops 4 is not that great.
And the rumors.
I worded that wrong. Their opinion isn't that great. Their opinion.
Their opinion is bad.
Their opinion is bad about the game. They don't think it's that great. Yes. Yeah, some people are already kind of pessimistic about Black Ops 5 being like, oh, this is going to be a bad game because Black Ops 4 is a bad game, but I don't have faith in Treyarch. I had a very interesting comment pop up on my chat the other day about how, creators hype it up too much. And I just go, why? I that's just not an argument to me.
Yeah.
Because me as a creator, I want to see zombies grow. I want to see zombies do better because I know it can be better.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be excited for the next game.
Yeah, no matter what anyone says.
Yeah, I'm going to be excited for the next game because I make content. I want to make content for the game because I like zombies that much. And then, it was, you're just overhyping the game when we all know it's going to be shit. You don't know that.
Yeah, you have to, try it, and then you can say your piece.
Exactly. So, yeah, I had that pop up on one of my streams earlier in the week, and I had to mention it here because it was just, I don't know. I disagree with that viewpoint 100%.
Yeah, I think
I can understand where people say, creators have influence in the community to say, because, what if someone doesn't know what they're doing on a zombies map or something like that? The creators have influence on the community to help them with that particular thing in that particular map. A lot of creators can potentially have influence on people's opinions because certain creators can articulate and defend their points better in a well-written, well-thought-out video that aligns with other people's first initial thoughts about a map or something like that. There's no doubting that people listen to other people and they go, oh well, you have a really good point there. Maybe that's not so bad, or oh, maybe that is kind of bad, whatever like that, something like that. But I just disagree with it completely. Where people hype it up, and that's what makes it extra shit.
The game doesn't have like hype.
I got a comment here. Do I use controller when I play PC? If so, what controller? I use an Xbox 360 controller on PC.
Nice.
Here it is, chat. I love this thing, mainly because the Xbox 360 controller is a classic. And also, I suck at keyboard and mouse. I'm sure I'll try to learn it sometime later. But I just prefer I prefer controller because I like the feel of controller better.
Yeah.
So
here's some advice for you. If you have an Xbox One controller that does Bluetooth, you can use that with your PC just like that.
I know you can. I should look into that.
I mean, my computer doesn't do Bluetooth, so I can't use it. But
my computer does.
You can use pretty much any controller you want as long as you have a cable.
Yeah, I have an extra PlayStation 4 controller that I actually wanted to use, but the controller just doesn't work anymore. Like, I tried plugging it in to charge it. The lights don't come on. And the controller just dead, man. Like, it's just completely gone.
Yeah.
It's just sad, too, because it's like, oh, cool, I got 2 controllers. That's pretty neat, but nah, it's just... So, of course, I ran down to the local GameStop. I got this thing for, like, I don't know, like $25, $20.
The ones that, like, light up?
No, it's like, you'll see it on my stream if you watch my stream of it later when I post it on YouTube. But it's like a blue, transparent controller.
I know the one you're on about.
It doesn't light up or anything. Let's see, what is it? The brand is At Play Gaming Accessories, so I guess shout out to them, right?
Sounds professional.
For making a wired, might I add, Xbox 360 controller that works with PC.
Hey, they do the job. Like
exactly.
I've had them before. They're not that much different.
Yeah, no, it's good. I like 360 controllers. I like both 360 and PlayStation controllers. I mean, it's not the end of the world.
I like all the controllers. My favorite is probably the 360 just because, but I do really like the Xbox One controller.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, PlayStation controllers, like, it fits really well in my hands. Like, me, this is natural for me. Like, my thumbs can rest on the thumbsticks very naturally on a PlayStation controller,
Yeah.
But where an Xbox controller might have a little bit of the edge, is it fits your hand a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like, the palm of my hand is firmly grasped on the handle of this controller.
Firmly grasping.
Firmly grasp it.
My favorite controller is the PS5 controller. It just feels nice,
Oh, yeah. We definitely have PlayStation 5 early console exclusivity.
I mean, someone could probably make the PS5 controller with a PS4 and just change the body of it.
Dude, I'm sure people out there are tech wizards.
They could just do that.
Oh man, but yeah, I guess that's my little bit to say on controllers there. I never got the whole console war thing. Like, just play whatever the fuck you want to play on whatever the hell you want.
Here's the thing with like the console war is
this will be the last little subject before we wrap up. By the way, guys,
I'll just go through my things. Right now, the best console you can have is an Xbox One X because it's the most powerful, most recent one.
Okay.
And then, so as far as consoles go, here's the list with Xbox and PlayStation. So you have the Xbox One X, the PS4 Pro, the PS4. I'm not going to go into like the slim and like the quiet one.
Yeah,
and then the Xbox, because the Xbox doesn't do 1080p most of the time. I'm pretty sure of certain games.
Right.
Like the normal Xbox One. And then there's other consoles out there like a Switch, which doesn't need to be graphically good.
Yeah,
it's good because it has them games on it.
A lot of the Switch games, they have a certain graphical quality and aesthetic that doesn't require them to be super fucking 4K ultra, all that. No. But yeah, my whole take on the whole console war thing is, who the fuck cares? Like,
PC players be like.
PC players sometimes are just the funniest thing to me, because I was looking yesterday, right, at forums, because my 360 controller wasn't working for the first hour of my stream yesterday, and I was forced to play keyboard and mouse, and I was like, God damn it, I wanted to play controller because I'm used to controller, and I was looking at forums on Steam for people having similar issues. Literally, there was no helpful comments. It was, oh, why don't you play on keyboard and mouse, you fucking loser? Like, well, why don't you play on keyboard and mouse and get good? That's how a PC is supposed to be played. It's like, supposed to be played? How about you let people play the game however the fuck they want to play the game?
Yeah.
Like, it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. Like, I get it. People are voicing their opinions out there, and that's their advice, right? But it just comes across as so, like, you're not helpful. You're not helping anything.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of being a dick, whether they intend it or not. I think it's kind of being a dick.
Yeah.
But that's my take on the whole console war thing.
Same here.
But yeah, honestly, today was a really good episode. We talked a lot about Leviathan. We talked about an open world zombies experience, which I think could be really cool.
Yeah.
And then we had the little tidbit there at the end about the console wars, but there's that. So are there any other closing thoughts you'd like to say before we wrap up today's podcast?
Just thanks for joining and all that.
Absolutely.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching the live version of the Division Z podcast. Of course, it will be posted on YouTube, as it always is. So if you're watching the YouTube version of it right now, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let us know what your favorite part of this podcast was. And if you want to catch the live version, go ahead and follow me right here on Twitch. It is linked down in the description. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Jason.
I'm K Cosmic.
And we will see you guys next week, Saturday, at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Be there or be square. Have a fantastic rest of your day or night. Peace out.